It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Las Vegas. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
This one for the right to represent the AFC in Super Bowl 56 in L.A. Off we go. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, special teams. All the pressure reverts to the quarterback. Has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
From the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Well, this is Callaway on the receiving end. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. Leading him out in his second season from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, it's Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Off the option, here's Jacobs. Open space inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possession.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-0, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. John Brown, 43 yards. And the Raiders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and go. And it's now 14-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
After a play like that, it should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They give to Burton, the fullback, and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, you don't often see a lot of first down carries by a fullback, and this is probably why. Often better suited for short yards and goal line types of situations. This last carry went for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mahomes now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And the ball is knocked out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took him on a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, a great play for that defensive unit. Carlson on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but
after the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Clearly Farrell able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, he's got Burton here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. This is fielded at the 27. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head, his head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On the option, here's Drake. Drake with a first down and more. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Kenyon Drake, 44 yards. And the Raiders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. First quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on air this first half. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Another carry for Burton. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He's going to air one out. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman.
And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll start with the option. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And some room to roam now. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes going to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of... scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Michael Burton, the fullback, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Now, away for the second. That's pulled in at the 32. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run again with the fullback Burton. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is really pulling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between...
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
161 yards on the ground in his first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Throwing is Hurts.
That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. John Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the silver and black continue to roll. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Burton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Taken in at the 22. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. John Brown now heading back onto the field as he gets set to go here. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Hurts.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs, 58 yards. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Burton. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up at 6 points for the Raiders. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the 2nd quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The 26-yard line.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, 1 half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back at action from earlier. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before the second half. Which one will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy? To find out, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter.
I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year, and they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
On the ground, Richard. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell in.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push him downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Second down and 7. Back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having, because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Newman. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Newman looking to throw it. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And a forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room. Okay, because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Let's get moving, guys!"
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, "Guys, you got to help me out." He's hoping his team can read his thought. Because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Burton. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he coughed it up.
Let's go.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Back to throw again. It's Hill, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. Shakes off the sack. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Mahomes firing complete, and they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the right flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Still going. And he will score. They're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here are special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd and 5. Now here's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Now back to throw. And that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now it's Mahomes again.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
They'll hand it to Drake here on the option.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
61 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame.
I know where they are, wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. There's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Richard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now they'll throw it with Newman.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
From the gun, it's Newman. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Touchdown, Raiders! Hunter Renfro, his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. And again, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They find some open field here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Richard, 55 yards. And the silver and black continue to roll.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They've done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
is going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just said, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
KC's offense ready to take over. Their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some.
Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. To throw again on second down. Mahomes gets this one to Hill. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On second down, Richard. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Pass complete to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts. They give him.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. working from the gun. Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
Taken right around the 44. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
It's now 3rd and 13.
The Raiders, they are Super Bowl bound. Thanks for watching, and good night.